Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Ortega. I am in the 8th grade at Blue Ridge Middle School and I live here in the Locust Grove subdivision in Percival. The environmental problem I decided to explore was water contamination. As you know, water is a necessity of life, but unfortunately it is not as widely available as most people think. According to the Bureau of Reclamation, only 3% of Earth's water is fresh water, but 2.5% of that fresh water is unavailable for numerous reasons, one of them being that the water is contaminated. I decided to focus on bacterial contamination of water and how to fix it with different wavelengths of light. I took water from a creek that's behind my house and I studied the current contamination. I looked at a sample of the water under a microscope, and there were lots of microorganisms living in the water. I also put a sample of the water on a petri dish, and it grew an immense amount of bacteria. To clean the water, to see which light would clean the water the best, I placed 300 milliliters, 900 milliliters of water in total, under white light, infrared light, and ultraviolet light, and left the water there for 24 hours. I then examined the water after it had been treated. The ultraviolet light produced the most significant results with the best sanitation over white and infrared light. You're probably wondering why I've taken such an interest in water purification. I took interest because I believe that it is important that we take action to clean our water in a cheap and effective way because we don't have a lot of water at our disposal and we need to find a way to make the most of what is given to us. I want the world to be able to enjoy fresh, clean water without having to jump through hoops. I want people to recognize that water doesn't just magically appear out of our faucet, but it has to go through an extensive cleaning process which isn't available everywhere and can be really, really expensive. Water shouldn't have to be something that people struggle for. One day it will be something that is available to everyone, but we need you to make it happen. The inspiration for this project was from a book I read called Max Einstein Rebels with a Cause. It was a fictional book, but it addressed the water crisis that faces our world. We hear about conserving water a lot, but that's not enough. On average, Loudoun County gets 42.2 inches of rainfall per year. All of that water, instead of letting it become runoff, we can turn into drinkable water. I've drafted out an idea for a rain barrel that has dozens of waterproof UV lights and filters on the top to remove solid contaminants. Of course, this is only an idea that I have only put on paper, but perhaps one day it can be made and distributed to the public to take full advantage of the water that's given to us. I always try to learn everything I can about our environment. I read as much as I can and I learn about the problems that environmental scientists have solved and are trying to solve. Our, our environment, this world that we live in, is so beautiful and fragile. There was never one moment that led to me taking action. I just wanted to make sure that I went through life trying to make sure that this earth was protected and ready for many generations to come and not end up like the movie Wall-E. Once I finish talking, my hope is that you will walk away from this video with the drive to help conserve water in our community. I hope that you understand that we can all make a difference, even in something as simple as water. Thank you for listening.